There's no doubt in my mind that families are going to be able to teach their kids how to use Facebook Messenger for kids safely and responsibly. I think that the real issue comes in with Facebook's non-transparency about how they're really going to be using the data, how they're going to be using the images that kids post. Remember, Facebook owns Instagram, and Instagram retains some rights to the images that people post. So we do not know how they're going to be using data. And I can imagine a scenario where your kid befriends someone on, Facebook, say they have a reading problem, and they're messenger friends with someone who's a reading specialist. Facebook knows that. And while they can't target ads to your kid based on their connections, they can target ads to the parents. And they can also target other things. So it's very unclear about how Facebook will use the data, and you can guarantee that they are going to be monetizing that data.
Larry, your response to that? Is it the data that's the big concern here, and how Facebook might use it to advertise to adults?
Well, first of all, advertising to adults is fair game if they decide to do that. It's my understanding that they're not going to do that initially, or perhaps at all. But the point is that it's not about adults, it's about kids. And as I said in my piece about this on Forbes, this is training wheels for social media and messaging. Young kids, first of all, millions of them are already on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat,
they sure
lying
are.
about their age. There was a study showing that in many cases, parents permitting kids to lie about their age, that they go on social media. Now they can do it legitimately. They can do it with parental control. The parents can control all of their contacts. And as my friend from Common Sense pointed out, it's not so much a safety issue. I'm not that worried about the data. Sure, there is going to be some data has to be collected to make a service. But as long as Facebook sticks with their data privacy policy, I don't think this is a problem.
So when I heard this, Larry, to me it sounded like a playground for pedophiles who would be very eager to get in there. Are you convinced? Have you seen enough details that you are sure that children would be safe from people pretending to be what they are not? I see, for example, on the video that we've been watching, that there are avatars. Why couldn't somebody pretend to be that dinosaur that I see, that it's actually much older than the individual or that cartoon that's being shown right now?
Well, first of all, even among services above 13, predators are statistically very low relative to predators in our real lives, people in our family, people in our community. Parents have to approve every contact. So as long as the parent is careful to make sure these are trusted contacts, you're not going to have strangers. Now, could an uncle be a predator and be on the service? Yes, but I'm more worried about the fact that uncle may have access to the child in the physical world. As far as also about predators or any other strangers, there's a social graph. It would be really, really hard for a person to go on this service and create an environment that made them look like credible if they weren't who they say they are. I'm not going to say anything's impossible, but I'm going to say that I would believe that Messenger Kids is safer than many physical environments that we put our kids in every day, and certainly safer than the services designed for teens and adults that many of them are using anyway.
Caroline, how do you react to what Larry just said? I mean,
yeah, I think that this is a great opportunity for parents to teach their kids how to use messaging programs safely and responsibly, and it'd be a really fun thing to share with kids. But my question really comes in with what parents are opting into. And we don't know the scope of the privacy, the consumer privacy issues that parents are opting into, that Facebook doesn't even know how they're going to use the data in the future. And that is something that we really should be concerned about, because Facebook's track record with using data is not great.
What's the point?
May I say that
what's the benefit
law
of this, Larry? Why do you need this?
First of all, the federal law, Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, which really regulates children's data, and obviously Facebook has to be in compliance with that. Why do you need it? Because kids, either they're already on social media or they're going to be by the time they get 12, 13, 14, and this is training wheels. They don't go cold turkey on there without any parental training. Eventually they're going to be on their own with no supervision. I would rather have them have a few years of supervised social media and messaging use, and then when they get into the big world, they've internalized that filter in the computer in their ears.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.